You've heard of Xbow Cycle, but have you ever seen Xbow paired with the Goblin Curse? I can guarantee that you have not. Well, until today. In this video, I'm showcasing my newest creation in Clash Royale, my very own Xbow plus Curse deck. This is inspired by my newest favorite discovery in the game, the combination of Goblin Curse plus Rage, one of the most deadly pairings if executed correctly. So in this video I'll be demonstrating my creation and trying to win games with it. So if you guys did not know, the Goblin Curse has a 20% damage amplification effect, which means in addition to turning anything within its radius into a goblin, it can also help you with extra DPS, and that's where I got the idea to get some crazy DPS going with an Xbow push. Plus the combination again of Curse plus Rage, I'll let it speak for itself and try and show it to you guys in this video as well. So into our first match against Logbait, I'm going to go for an Xbow again, as my opponent is playing what looks to be just classic Logbait with Valk, Tesla, Goblin Gang. He goes for the Tesla and actually misplaces it by one, so I'll go for Skellies first, then go for a Knight to predict the Goblin Gang right about now, and he does drop it. So here's the combination, guys. Curse plus Rage. As you can see, every single Goblin gets morphed into a Goblin of my own, and I can go for Evil Archers to predict the Dark Goblin if you do get off, and now it's going to be a huge Xbow lock. Arch is going to kill the Ice Spirit, and just like that, that is game-winning damage, and that's going to be good game for the very first match. Absolute destruction. Alright, so the first game was just perfectly clean and cut into our next match, and as I said, the combination of Curse plus Rage can simply be deadly. You know, if you have a Goblin Gang, a Skarmy, even a Witch or something, you can just turn it into Goblins and cause mayhem for your opponent. Into our next match here against what looks to be Recruits Bait. Normally a matchup I would just cry about and be very sad to match, but not today. I'm actually feeling pretty decent about this one because I do have my special recipe, Curse plus Rage, in the deck. So speaking of the deck, I'm also playing with the Cannon, Evolve Cannon at that instead of the Tesla. I just feel like Tesla's been weak for a while as a building, and Cannon's been very strong, Evo or not, and the Evo Cannon did also get a buff, which has just been making the rounds recently, so I feel like it's pretty solid. We're also playing with the Fireball because I feel like it's good to have a big spell, and pretty much the only weakness of this deck is a bit of a lack of air defense, but with not much air in the meta, it shouldn't be the end of the world. Now here I'm going to go for a nice Goblin Curse, turn every single skeleton into goblins, and get a nice counter push off of that as well. As you can see, barely any damage taken with a goblin party of my own. Missed Arrow is going to go for the Xbow because he still has to respond to those goblins, or else they will get a lot of damage. Gang forced out, and now he doesn't have enough elixir. And also those goblins kited the Goblin Gang out of Xbow range. Going to go for the Knight to block, and then I can just get my Rage ready if he goes for, you know, wall breakers or something. I can go like Skellies plus Rage, and that's going to be a huge Xbow connection. And just like that, the Curse single-handedly won me the match again. That is tower down, Curse on the Skelly Barrel, and everything was history from there. I made this deck to have fun, but I wasn't expecting to just steamroll people. We've been insanely successful. Just Curse plus Rage, just Curse by itself sometimes, and it's just game over. That's just crazy. I really just wanted to have some fun with the new card. Let's go for the Knight instead of the Rage on this barrel, because I feel like it'll be a nice counter push. Plus Rage would probably still take a stab or two, which I don't really want to take. That should be Sylveon spectating in the background. And we see another Logbait matchup, so should be pretty decent. Let's go for the Curse right now. One Goblin, two Goblins, get a chain of 4. That's going to be 4, forcing out a log. And just like that, that's honestly like a pretty good positive trade, I would say. I can go for the Cannon to snipe this Princess, and I can maybe go for an Xbow with it once the Princess is taken out. As you can see, Cannon just does what a Tesla does for 1 less elixir. Let's go for the Cannon plus Xbow push. This is like Xbow plus Tesla from Temu or something, but it might actually work. I'm going to ignore the entire barrel and just try and get a huge punish right now if I can. Let's see if my opponent has a rocket or not. No, he does. Okay, so this is going to be a rough matchup, guys, because even though we do have the very nice combination of Curse plus Rage, I feel like with my opponent already knowing I have it, since I cursed on the gang very early on, he's not going to really let me get a huge lock because of that, and it's just going to be really rough because I can't really break through. You know, traditionally Logbait's always been a hard matchup for Xbow, where they have rockets, they just rocket every single Xbow, and it's just kind of painful from there, but also the fact that I don't even have a log in this deck makes it even worse. So we're just going to have to try our best, guys. I'm not sure how we can manage this, but I'll obviously do my best to outplay with my own creation. I want to make myself proud, you know. So with this cycle, I feel like you can either Curse cycle on tower or Rage cycle on tower. I guess we'll just... Oh, he actually goes for the gang. Let's Curse Rage on that, maybe. That's going to be a nice little counter push. I mean, it's a -1, but he still has to respond. As you can see, it forces out the Knight, and that's basically the entire Knight dead. So that's actually, you know, he spent 6, I spent 4. So that's a positive trade in a way, so that actually does work out. I feel like that's Not a bad play. And for him to mitigate that, I feel like he'll have to go for split gangs sometimes. Let's go Skellies for the eye tower, hopefully. Princess does come down, but unfortunately, again, he just has a rocket, so I just can't really do anything here, unfortunately. Let's go Knight. Maybe we can get like a nice curse going with this Knight Evo Archer push. Let's go for a prediction curse on the gang. No, we did not get that off. We did get 2 power shots, though, so some reward for our efforts anyways. And I can go for an Xbow again. He does go for this double push. I'll go for the Skelly's Rage on the correct side and just ignore the fake side, because that's just going to be easily taken out by the tower. I feel like it is kind of useful to know where the decoy barrel is now. It's at least you can ignore it most of the time. Gonna go for archers for this barrel, and we should take almost no damage. Like 1 stab is not the end of the world, honestly. And then, oh man, I'm just trying to figure out how to break through against this guy, because like I said, it's just a fortress. They just rocket every single X, but there's just nothing you can do, you know. Let's go for the curse rage. Maybe we can take out this knight if we rage our own knight up, and the DPS does work. As you can see, we do actually get that off. Actually, we don't. It's 1 HP. That's actually tragic. We almost got it off, guys, but yeah, I tried. I think I'll go archers here. I don't want to waste Evo archers, but I kind of have to, unfortunately. So I'll go for the... we can't even. The log is going to kill everything. So this is why I feel like this is genuinely a bad matchup. Just going to go for the fireball on that princess I wanted out of here. And we can go for a curse rage on all of this at least. That's a lot of goblins. We'll go knight for this barrel. And then that's going to be like some damage, but hopefully we can get a counter push going. No, it's just the princess as well. That just makes this so rough. Let's go in again. Let's fireball the princess once more. Maybe something can get going. I really just need to go for a goblin gang and just forget that I have this deadly combination, but he does not forget. So that's going to be another well-defended Xbow. I guess I'm still controlling the pace pretty well. You know, I have the damage lead. Considering the fact that I would say this is a pretty rough matchup, I would say I'm doing pretty good. Again, I literally don't have a log against log bait, and also the fact that he's simply just rocketing every single Xbow. It's tough, but that princess is going to get him the damage lead. I'm gonna have to figure out somehow, some way to break through. Let's go for a curse predicting. Oh, we get the skeletons. Actually, let's rage that up, turn them into goblins. Maybe we can get like some goblin chains going on here. Yo, we get like a baby chain. I guess that's something. Let's go for the cannon on that, and then I'll just curse on this barrel and turn that into goblins a little late. And now we have to go for some crazy pressure. So Xbow number 1. Skellies does catch the eye tower. I had a feeling I was going to go for that. And I'll get back to my new Xbow ASAP. So Evo Archers will go for our Rage on the real side and nothing on the fake side. Go for another Xbow right now. The Evo Archers are cooking, killing the princess. Let's go for a Curse on whatever he plays. Knight to protect, Rage on the Goblin Gang, and that's going to be it. We did outcycle him. We did turn even more goblins into goblins of our own. And just like that, that was a great comeback against genuinely a hard counter. I'm actually very proud of that win. Alright, hopping into our next one against Super Chocolatine Crew of Storm. Let's spit our archers. I feel like Evo Archers are so powerful. Imagine the combination. Evo Archers plus Goblin Curse. That would just be so much DPS. Let's go for the Curse Rage on those spears. Unfortunately, one of the worst plays I've ever done, actually. It was actually a good idea, but the Duchess is just so strong, I didn't realize how good it would be. So I guess that's one downside. And now, oh my goodness, he goes for the Mega Knight in front of this. I'm going to go for the Knight. We have to go for the Fireball on everything, I think. And then we can maybe Curse if we need to. Nah, that's actually pretty well defended, so we're okay. I'll go for the Curse Skellies on this side. Curse is so nice, man. It's just like such a fun card. Like I said, the main point of this is to have fun, and I really am. Look at that Duchess, like taking out most of the goblins, but we'll get a few stabs in. So very nice DPS. We're going to get our damage back. I mean, we didn't really lose any damage actually on our towers, but, you know, just the damage that I wanted to get with that Curse Rage on the spears initially. By the way, if you're against, like, someone who's playing bats, I cycle bats in the back. Curse plus Rage, boom, that's just 5 bats on their tower. That's just crazy. So we're getting Hog Rider right now. So Mega Knight Hog, I mean, this is very common. You will always see Mega Knight Hog going around in, you know, tournaments, GCs, classic challenges, even ladder. It's like the most mid-ladder thing ever. Let's just Rage without the Curse this time, just to kill the spears and not try and get any damage out of it. I mean, the Duchess is just so strong, unfortunately, which I feel like we could potentially, like I said at the start, I feel some potential coming in with this Witch here. I feel like I can go like Curse Fireball or something on it late game, and we could cook with that, but we're gonna see. Let's go for the Curse right now. I feel like there's not much else to cycle anyways, so, you know, not the end of the world by any means. and we're just going to be able to take out the skeleton. So Knight plus Curse is going to 1v1 that witch successfully. We'll split our Evo Archers, as I know my opponent has a Mega Knight. I'll just go for the Xbow anyways. There's the Mega Knight in the back, so he's going to be in a bit of trouble here. No Elixir to defend this Xbow. The question is not whether I can get my damage, because that's going to be no question. The question is, can I defend this huge Evo Mega Knight? Sparky push, okay. Just pulled out a Sparky out of nowhere, sure, I guess. Evo Cannon will melt everything. Let's go for the Archers. We'll have to Curse on defense, get that DPS like I was talking about. Rage as well. The Rage will turn those Goblins into my own Goblins, and that's going to distract the Sparky. Oh my goodness, we actually defended that, courtesy of the Goblin Curse. Let's go for the Fireball on the E-Drag, and that is 0 damage taken from an Evo MK Sparky push. That's actually crazy, and that is simply the power of the Goblin Curse, everyone. That is actually just ridiculous. Let's Curse up on these Bats, Rage as well. Everything's going to turn to Goblins, and Mega Knight's going to get a very satisfying jump of his own. But, I mean, nonetheless, that was still such a nice defense. I just love this deck, man. Let's go for the Xbow. Archers to DPS down this Hog. We can Curse up on all these Skeletons as well. Goblins, rather. Turn them into our own Goblins. And then Evo MK force that. Like, look at everything the Curse is doing for me in this match. If you are struggling against mid-ladder menaces, this might just be the deck for you, my newest beautiful creation, because I am just cooking people with it. So Evo Archers will melt everything, and the E-Drag's dead. To go Sparky in the back, he should be dead here. I mean, we have an Xbow, we have a Knight, we have an Evo Archer, and yeah, he just has nothing he can do. He goes for the late Hog. I'm just going to go for the Curse, and that's going to be good game. Very well done against mid-ladder Hog. Alright, into the next match against Darkhawk here, and I've been feeling pleasantly surprised with how this has been going so far. I mean, I've just been trying to have fun, but we've been seeing a surprising amount of success with the Curse Xbow combination too. So, you know, not too bad, as we're up against another log bait player here. As we see a very skillful Princess at the bridge, gonna have to give him the well played for that. But yeah, I guess this deck does okay against log bait depending on the version. This one looks like it's gonna be the Hypno deck, you know, the 2.8 fast cycle with no big spell, wall breakers, Dark Goblin, etc. Let's Curse to hopefully kill that Dark Goblin, and oh my god, that's like the biggest slap in the face. 1 HP Dark Goblin, really, but I guess it's okay. Goblin Gang comes down, let's go for the Rage. But I think Logbait Rocket's generally going to be a pretty bad matchup for us, even though we do have a nice Curse. So Skelly's predicting a Goblin Barrel, perfect. Just go for Archers at the front to cover all bases there. Let's go Knight for the Princess. He's going so aggressively. That is 7 at the bridge in the first 50 seconds of the match. That's actually kind of crazy, but I mean, I guess whatever gets the job done for Logbait spammers, right? This should hopefully be fine if I go for like Curse plus Skeletons on this, because yeah, Curse plus Skellies should do the trick here. Let's go for that, and then wow, somehow that, okay, I thought the Curse damage amplification would be better than it was. Somehow that interaction just did not go the way I wanted it to, and my opponent is BMing. Okay, keep that same energy when I come back and get him with this insane combination of Xbow Curse. I think I'm going to do it to him, guys. I have Xbow with Evo Archers in hand, so I need to get back to my Curse. Then I can go for the combo I was talking about the whole time. Xbow, Evo Archers, Curse, so that Evo Archers damage amplifier is already so high. And now we have even more with the Curse helping out. So that's a nice prediction. I thought I'd go Princess Bridge, but Goblin Gang's just as well. Let's go for the Xbow right now with this Knight. See what we can do here. Valk, let's go for the Archers. Curse on all of that is exactly what I was talking about. And let's see that insane damage just trickling through. Also helping the Xbow kill the Dark Goblin. Everything just melts. He goes for an aggressive barrel, trying to, I don't even know what he's trying to do, but that's simply not going to cut it, and that's going to be a well played, and that's going to be tower down. So we're going to have to still defend, but since my opponent was BMing me and spamming the whole game, I have no problems giving it back to him. So this deck does not have a big spell, which is why I feel a defense Expo could work pretty well in this match. Say I didn't have that amazing setup and combination going, I could probably try a defensive Expo at some point to get some magic going on. Let's go for the Curse Rage on those breakers, and it actually doesn't even take them out. Wow, so I guess it's good against, like, you know, medium squishy troops like Goblin Gang, Bats, but I guess Wall Breakers, Dark Goblin doesn't really work that well against. I don't think Curse Rage will kill a Princess or Dark Goblin, I'm not 100% on that. Anyways, though, this spam is insane. Let's go for the Rage, Curse, and we're going to turn those into Goblins, so pretty well defended, I would say. Goblins will walk up and help out. That's actually a pretty good defense, and yeah, this is looking pretty solid. Let's go for the Evo Cannon. Snipe that Dark Goblin off the surface of the planet. Go for our Curse on this Goblin Barrel, and that will actually help defend, and then Rage will take it out. So very nice win against Hypno Logbait Spam. So for the match for the 12 win, I was up against Royal Hog's Earthquake, and I feel I had a pretty good thing going. I was getting my curse to get decent value. I was getting some nice Xbow potential connections with Rage. I got a beautiful Evo cannon set up quite a few times, and was eventually able to get him with a nice Prediction Knight and Rage on an Xbow that nuked his cannon and caught him way off guard. He could not react in time, and you guys know how scary a raging Xbow, so that was a huge lock. But unfortunately, I again overestimated the power of Curse plus Rage against Piggies. It just did not do what I needed to do. It took a ton of damage, and you guys know how it is with Xbow, especially this deck. One mistake and everything goes. So hard counter, really rough situation, but I tried my best. Okay, so I just lost to Royal Hog's Earthquake, but I'm very motivated, driven to get the 12 win right now. So into our next match against Amephistos 2. This is going to be my win, guys. I am manifesting it. I am speaking it to life. So up against a Royal Ghost with the Chef. Most likely going to be some kind of bridge spam if I had to guess. And let's take a look at what else he's playing. But if I had to guess right away, yep, exactly, would be Evo E-Drag, Evo P.E.K.K.A, Ram Rider. You guys know the deck that's been going around. It's been meta for a long time. X was going to be on the Ram Rider. Unfortunately, not having a log means I cannot actually reset that ram, but what I can do is go for the curse, as you can see, to just instantly take out that entire ram and do pretty well. So I'm going to count the rhythm on this E-Drag, get the nice King Tower activation that will be very helpful for the rest of this match, and I'm going to do my best to get the 12 win I've been looking for. So let's see what we can do. Chef automatically gives him a bit of a disadvantage in terms of tower HP, so I feel like that's going to come in my favor as well, even though I took a bit of damage from that E-Drag. Just him being down a bit will be pretty useful for me, and I feel like it shouldn't be the end of the world. Now, I'm going to have to play pretty passive for the most part, because I don't really have the right tools to outcycle a P.E.K.K.A and do a lot of work with that. He goes for the machine in the back. Let's go for the Xbow. So P.E.K.K.A machine, it looks like. Going to be a pretty rough matchup in my opinion, because he has so many tanks, I just can't really break through. But let's go for the Rage. Let's Rage up this Xbow. That's going to kill the Ram Rider. It is going to get 2 hits because he's going to Rage it up himself, though. And that's going to be, I guess, somewhat of a dead machine. But I don't know, man. Like, I kind of have to waste the archers here, don't I? Well, Skellies will hopefully do good work on this machine. I don't want to waste my archers, but I'm going to take 2 rockets to the tower. I guess it's worth it to hold on to the Evo archers, right? I could have, like, prevented that, but I would have had to waste my entire Evo, which I feel like just would have been counterproductive. So now I can split the... Okay, no, he goes for this. Let's curse that all up, and then hopefully that'll just take care of itself. Yo, they walked out of range. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm not going to lie. I do love the Goblin Curse, but I feel like I was just kind of having a fever dream. Rose-tinted glasses, I thought it was amazing. It was just going to solve all my problems, but unfortunately the curse is just kind of for fun. It has not been solving all my problems. I lost the entire game because I was up against Royal Hog's Earthquake, and I tried to go for a curse plus Rage to kill the piggies, but just did like no damage at all. So I feel like it's more of like a situational tool. Sometimes it'll work out, but you can't really rely on it to be extremely effective. But we have an Evo Cannon on the board, so let's go for an Xbow. Looks so cool, man. I love Evo Cannon's design. It's just so beautiful. Let's Rage this up again. Let's curse on all of this. Just get that crazy DPS going. Turn that Ram Rider into a Goblin. The Goblin machine is just such a good counter to the Xbow, man. Those rockets just take it out, and that's just so frustrating. I don't know how I can break through. I'm not going to give up. I feel like I can't just spell cycle this dude. I'm going to have to get some kind of lock against him. Let's go Xbow on the right, expecting him to predict me to go in the left, which I do get off successfully, but unfortunately he just gets another P.E.K.K.A down. Evo P.E.K.K.A at that. Let's go for a Knight to protect our Archer, just DPS down this E-Drag, and that should be a pretty good job. I'll let the Xbow go now. Let's Rage all of this up to just DPS stuff a bit down quicker, but I'm accepting the Xbow is dead. Going to be a huge defense, guys. Let's go Evo Archers to melt everything, though. So P.E.K.K.A's going to melt. The machine's going to be getting a lot of value, but it's still going to melt to the Evo Archers. I can go for another Xbow in the right, or in the left now, and he's kind of low on elixir, and that's going to be the lock I was looking for. Let's go Cannon, Rage the Xbow up as well, and that's going to be a huge connection. Evo E-Drag will unfortunately reset my Xbow, but at the same time, that's a lot of damage coming through. Evo E-Drag, and that's basically game-winning damage, so I just got the perfect situation, supplemented by the Evo Archers getting a lot of value, so I was really happy about that. Let's go for a Debo here. I feel like I have to, because my cycle is kind of messed up. Let's Rage it up as well. Just hopefully this can take everything out, and it actually can. I mean, the Ram Rider doesn't actually attack my tower. We take 2 rockets to the face from that Goblin machine, so not what I was looking for, but at the same time, we didn't have cannon available, so I feel like that was kind of the best thing we could have gone. Let's go for the Evo Ken right about now, get the barrage damage on the P.E.K.K.A, and the E-Drag beautiful, so I feel like we can now fireball this E-Drag, and that will actually take it out. That's a beautiful interaction, guys. Evo Ken barrage plus fireball does indeed take out the E-Drag. That's a very nice one. Get back to a second cannon. Look at those power shots, dude. Evo Archers plus Curse might be my actual favorite combination, even more than Curse plus Rage, because we just get so much damage. Let's Rage all of this up, take out the guards. He was not ready for the interaction, and that's going to be game-winning damage with the Curse, and the Xbow is going to lock onto the tower. What a beautiful ending as he gives me the well played, and that is going to be an amazing win against P.E.K.K.A, E-Drag, Ramrider Goblin Machine for the 12 wins. Hope you guys enjoyed the Goblin Curse, Xbow, Destruction. I had so much fun with this deck, and I really do feel like I made something amazing, so feel free to give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.